Hey, friend. Hey, we are live. It's Monday. It's the Monday after Mother's Day. What's up, y'all? I hope everybody had a great weekend. I am feeling energetic today, baby. I am feeling really, really good today. I hope y'all are feeling good. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Child, I'm trying to get this thing to jump on in. Hopefully, okay. Baby, look. Okay. But yes, friend, I hope y'all had a really good weekend. Today we're gonna be talking about retail pharmacy. Okay. As you come in, make sure you are dropping your name, stuff in the chat so I can engage and talk to y'all. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and it was a good one. My 10-year-old created a coaster for me, and he made, let me slide this thing over here a little bit. He made me a coaster, and he made me the coaster said I love you. And then he made me a little card, and he made me a little plant, y'all. It was so beautiful. I was just like, oh my god, it was the most thoughtful, the most sincere, the just the it was the overwhelming gift for y'all. It had me in tears. Okay. um the older that I get, the more that I am just, I don't want to say emotional, but I feel everything, right? And especially things that are just like sentimental. I'm so appreciative of that. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, it was so beautiful. If you are a mother, I hope you know that you had a great Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you. If you are a stepmom, a foster mom, a god mom, an auntie mom, a cousin mom, or whatever you are, um, I hope you had a good Mother's Day, and I hope you know that your weekend was good, um, baby. Because I had a good one. Hey, friend, nice to see you. Hey, friend. Hey, I love to see y'all. It's just a great day. Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day to you too, if it applies. Y'all know we've been talking about the 4-week online course. The next class is going to start June 3rd. Okay, so we are enrolling for that class right now. The course is only $4.99 for the self-taught. We do accept Square Afterpay. So make sure that you are clicking the link. The link is in my About Us, and I may be able to link it down to this video. The easiest way to enroll is by going to www.lwpschool.com, clicking the enroll now button. When you click the enroll now button, it will route you so you can get signed up for the course. We also have an instructor led course that's $850. And what that will do is allow you to have instructor support through Zoom. Okay. So if you are looking for that face to face, you're looking for that one on one, you need that support from your instructor, I definitely recommend the Zoom instructor led course. Okay. Now, for the 4-week class that I was just telling you about, self taught, the self taught class does come with instructor support via email. So, all of the support you're going to get from the instructor for the self taught class will be via email. All of the support you're going to get from the instructor from the instructor led class will be email and Zoom. So, if you know that you need face to face, child, you need somebody to kind of walk you through it, then you know, don't play yourself. Go ahead and make sure you are you hit the Zoom and enroll there. Hey friend, I'm feeling good today. How are you? Happy Mother's Day if it applies. If you are ready to start your own online course, I am helping my friends do that. If you want to start the online course as a pharmacy technician course, we will provide you with all of the materials, everything you need in order to get started. Hit us up. Let me know if you are ready to do that. Okay. Winner Circle. Let's talk about Earth Angel 1111. Okay, baby. Earth Angel 1111 said, yes, I needed a refresher course, and this is perfect. Thank you. If you have not enrolled in our 4-week class and you are thinking about it, this is an opportunity for you to do it. Remember, the new class is going to start June 3rd. How can you enroll in our June 3rd, 4-week online class? by going to www.lwpschool.com. Okay. I mentioned to you all last week that I will be wrapping up. We are wrapping up. We are coming to the end of our series, friend. I know it. I know you can't believe it. But baby, we coming to the end. Okay. It's going on 6 months. Okay. I'm tapping into my Tabitha Brown right now. Okay. Very good. Okay. And we wrapping it up. Okay. So that means that this week, and then we got one more week, and we will no longer be doing the lives on the YouTube platform. We are going to be moving to another house. Okay. We are moving to another virtual home. Okay. I will let you know for sure next week where we're going to be. I won't leave you dry, but the lives on the YouTube, the Monday lives on YouTube, are coming to an end. And I have enjoyed you, and I've made some new friends, and hopefully you've enjoyed me. And we'll continue the journey at another house. Okay. So just make sure you tune in and you keep up with that. Hey, good morning. Happy Mother's Day to you, if it applies. Thank you so much, friend. I had a great Mother's Day. I told them my 10-year-old had me in that ugly cry, okay? He had me in the ugly cry Sunday morning. I was laying in the bed. And y'all, he was so ready to give me my gift that he had made. And he had me, he was like, Mama, can I give you your gift right now? He caught me when I was in the restroom, using it in the morning. And I was like, well, I was getting ready to lay back down. And he said, okay, well, I'll wait. Then when I got in the bed, I was like, you can bring it to me, baby. He's just a sweet little baby, okay? Can I go directly from tech to pharmacy PhD? You can't. So we've had some students who've completed our program in 2015, and they are now graduating with their PharmD degree. So yes, you can. We've seen it happen before, and it is definitely possible. Hey, Tosh, happy Mother's Day to you, friend, if it applies. Thank you so much. I want to remind you that your exam study schedule is to study 30 minutes 4 times a day. You should be studying for your exam 30 minutes for 4 times a day. So that means 30 minutes in 4 increments, okay? So 30 minutes for breakfast, 30 minutes for snack, 30 minutes for lunch, 30 minutes for dinner, okay? It don't have to be at dinner time, so you ain't got to study while you're eating. But you should be breaking it up and not studying all day long, okay? I don't know if you're one of those people, but I have learned that sometimes when I want something too bad, it is hard to come. Oprah Winfrey said something to me a long time ago when she said, you need to set your intentions and then just let God do the rest. And I used to think setting your intentions meant that you were constantly working on it. It's all you did. It took up all of your time. If it wasn't about that, you didn't, you didn't do it. It needed to be about what you were trying to get. So it's kind of like somebody who wants to be married. That's all they every time they go somewhere, maybe they're trying to, get married and trying to find somebody that they can marry, so on and so forth. Maybe that wasn't a good example, child. But the point is that when you set your intentions, we need to make sure that we are moving in the direction of the thing that we desire, but that is not consuming us where we can't enjoy the other things that we have, because then it turns into ungratefulness. And you may be like, but I'm trying to reach my goals, because child, if you know anything about me, you know that I am very goal oriented. And so with that being said, it's easy to get so caught up in wanting to pass this test so much that you just forget about everything else that's working. And with that, study for 30 minutes at a time, 30 minutes at a time in 4 increments, and allow yourself space to still be a mom and be you. be you. Like, we're always taking care of everybody else, but then we don't take care of ourselves. Okay. So just make sure that you do that. I wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. Free with Kindle Unlimited study guide. Okay, baby, we are still there, and the ratings are still going up. The word is out, baby. Go, baby. Look, 19.99, and now if you got Kindle Unlimited, it's free. It's free 99. Okay, you can't beat that, and it's unlimited. You get to have access to this for as long as you desire to. As you know, we have one more week that we're going to be together in these live sessions. So if you want to get the study guide, definitely go to Amazon to pick it up. I appreciate how much you all support me. I appreciate how you guys allow me into your lives and how you've made me a part of your everyday studying. Okay, so thank y'all so much. The support that I feel from you all is always appreciated. Okay. And I'm just thankful for all that you all have done. So thank you so much for always supporting, for always jumping on and making me a part of your Monday, and then also making me a part of your study process too. Okay. Before we jump in, she said, so where? Are you talking about where they're graduating from? He is graduating from Texas Southern University. Did you guys give the course? We do have a 4-week class that you can enroll in by going to lwpschool.com. And if you go there, you will find more information about our course and what you can do in order to enroll. So yes, friend, yes. Okay. All righty. Good morning, Octavia. Come on. Baby, my friends is in the room tonight. Party people in the place to be. Okay. So let's jump into it. So, I told you we're going to be talking about retail pharmacy today. And remember, your board exam is going to focus on retail pharmacy. That is what your board exam will focus on. It will focus on retail pharmacy. Okay. And so, with that being said, you want to make sure that you're comfortable with retail pharmacy, because that is what you're going to be tested over. So, as a pharmacy technician, there are different tasks that you are going to complete. And some of these tasks that you complete are non-judgmental tasks. That means that you didn't have to have any prior experience doing this. You don't have to be, an expert at this. You just need to know how to do it. And so everybody knows how to take a piece of paper from somebody and put it in their position. You do it all the time. You give people your card when you pay for something. You take the receipt, bada boom, bada bam. Okay. That's the same thing in pharmacy. You're going to be intaking the medication or intaking the prescription from the patient, and then you'll be typing it up. Okay. Now, typing ain't hard no more, because, baby, we all on this text message thing. Okay. Texting and all of those things have become a part of our daily lives. We're sending refill requests to your patient's doctor. And when you send the refill request to the patient doctor, a lot of times that is through a e-prescribed thing or through an it can be faxed over, or it can be done electronically. Okay. So that's not where we're actually taking a physical copy to request the refill from the doctor. Okay. That can be done through the portal within the pharmacy. Okay. It says collecting patient profile information. We're going to talk more about that on another slide. Updating patient profiles. I want to stop really quickly. We're going to talk more about patient profiles in just a second. But patient profiles and having the correct information on a patient profile is so imperative, and it can prevent medication errors. Remember, the number one thing in pharmacy as a technician and a pharmacist is to do no harm. That is the code of ethics. So you should be ensuring that the medication listed on the patient profile is correct. Another thing I want to share with you is there is something called medication reconciliation technician. A medication reconciliation tech is the individual that works closely with the patient and with the pharmacist to make sure that the patient medication listed on the profile is correct. So they're working very closely with the patient's profile. They're in contact with the patient to ensure that the medication listed on the profile is still being taken by the patient, and they're reporting those changes to the pharmacist. Okay, so when you become a pharmacy technician, you can become a medication reconciliation pharmacy technician. Now that gives you a niche, an expertise that you are good at, where you can thrive in that space. Because I've told you, and if you've been following me, when you become certified, you know that after 2 years, you need to go. Baby, they said go well, Lindsay. Baby, go to another job. Baby, go start your business. Go to another job where you can grow. Go where you can grow. Go where you can grow. Okay? Elevate, expand, higher. Okay? Because anytime you get somewhere and you're comfortable, you're stagnated. When you're comfortable, you're not growing. You're stagnated. You're in one spot. Okay. So it's important that once you get to that space where you have reached the ceiling, you go. Okay. Because if you don't go, you will be stagnated and you won't be ready for what's happening next. I tell people all the time, in 2 years at a job, a lot of things, three things happen. You outgrow the role of the job, you outgrow the people, and you outgrow the money. Probably outgrow that money fast, okay? You outgrow the role, you outgrow the people, and you outgrow the money. Okay. You may say, well, Lindsay, the job I'm at right now, they're always hiring from within and they're always promoting. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. If they're hiring from within and they're promoting you to a higher position, go for it. If the company you're in is always hiring and there's room for growth, then every 2 years you should be applying to leave the role you're in and go higher. Now, a lot of times when there's a higher pay, there's a higher requirement for you to elevate your education. So make sure that you are doing those things. So when you do go for the promotion or the new position, you are a great candidate for it. Okay. Now, after you have applied for a job within at the company you work at multiple times and you got denied, it's time to what? Go. Grow and go. Go and grow. Okay, that thing can go both ways. You can grow and go, or you can go and grow. Okay, it just depends on where you are. So please don't get stagnated and don't get complacent in one spot. The pharmacy, let me move. Well, you should still be able to see that. The pharmacy prescription filling process. So there are 7 steps. The first step is typing in the doctor's information. The second step is putting in the patient's information. Step 3 is going to be the inscription, which is the script info. Okay, that's everything and the script that is in the body. Okay, and then you have the subscription. Okay, the subscription is going to give you information on the prescription and what the patient should be using. And then the Cigna is going to tell you how the patient should be taking the medication. Step 6 is going to be the refill information. And step 7 is going to be the doctor's signature. Okay. The doctor's signature. Okay, so that is something that you want to make sure that you are very comfortable with. The subscription, again, is going to give the pharmacist the details on what they should be dispensing to the patient. Okay, so this is stuff that you need to know because you will be questioned about this particular information as you are taking your board exam. Patient profiles. Okay, so let me move my face over a little bit. Okay. So when you think about the patient profile, it records the information about a patient drug therapy. Okay. The patient's drug therapy is going to be the medication that they're taking. So I've told you before that when you think about the drug therapy, I want you to think about medication therapy, okay? So there's so many different forms of therapy that a person can take or a person can use when they're not feeling well. So sometimes somebody may go to a counselor. That's therapy. Somebody may have physical therapy to work out their arm muscle or their back, okay? Then they may be doing physical therapy, they may be doing mental health therapy, and they may be doing medication therapy in conjunction, because all of these things are working together. And so what we're doing in the pharmacy is we are putting down the drug therapy that the patient is taking. And so this ensures when the pharmacist does the drug utilization evaluation or the drug utilization review, that they are reviewing the correct, most accurate information about the patient. Because remember, when the pharmacist is counseling the patient, they're counseling based on what is in the computer at that time. They're counseling them based on what is in the computer at that time. So if we got old information and the pharmacist is counseling the patient, baby, now they're counseling them on something that don't even exist or something that doesn't matter at that moment. Does that make sense? So it's important that we have the correct patient's name, the correct address for the patient, the correct insurance information, the current medications, the patient medical history, the medical conditions, right? The previous adverse drug effects, and the patient's allergies. So a previous adverse drug effect would be if a person took penicillin and when they took the penicillin, it gave them horrible diarrhea. Okay. That's a great, that's an adverse drug effect. We wasn't expecting that to happen. Okay. Patient's allergies. Maybe a patient is allergic to peanuts. Okay, we need to know those things because some medications may have certain ingredients in it that we need to know about. Okay, maybe the patient is allergic to, morphine. They can't take morphine. These are things we need to know at the pharmacy to ensure that this patient is getting the proper care that is actually needed for that patient. Okay, current medications. Again, if a patient is taking birth control and they are given a prescription for antibiotics, the antibiotics will lessen the effect of the birth control. And because of that, the patient should be using extra precaution while on the antibiotic. Okay. If the pharmacy does not know that the patient is taking the birth control, because the birth control medication comes from the OBGYN and the antibiotic prescription comes from the PCP, then now the pharmacist, when he or she counsels that patient on that medication, it may not be as accurate as it could be because we didn't know all of the medication the patient was currently taking. So when you're inside of the pharmacy, it is important that you are asking the patient about current medications, that you're asking them, do they have any allergies, that you are actually listing that information down on the patient's profile, because if not, it is possible that that patient will have or can have some allergies or something can go wrong in that space. Okay. So make sure that you are being very intentional about that. Okay. New prescription data entry. This is where the pharmacy technician will interpret the prescription order. Okay. So when you think about this, it says the pharmacy technician gets the prescription. Okay. So they're getting the prescription. And on that prescription order, it's going to have the medication name. This is important. So you need to write this down. The medication name, the strength. What is the strength of a medication, y'all? The strength is when the medication tells you how much of the medication is in one pill. Okay, so the strength would be like, let me see, I have a prescription. This is old. I keep this on my desk for examples. Okay. The prescription says prednisone 20 milligrams. So what would be the strength of this? Prednisone 20 milligrams. Well, the strength is the 20 milligrams. And it's the 20 milligrams And it tells us that each pill that the patient takes, they're going to get 20 milligrams of the medication. That is the strength. Okay. The dosage form. When the doctor writes a dosage, when the doctor writes a prescription, they need to tell us dispense 30 tablets. They need to tell us dispense 420 mLs. You see what I'm saying? They need to tell us what the dosage form is for that particular patient, because if they don't share that information, we don't know how much to dispense and we don't know for how long the medication should last. They may say in the prescription, dispense for 7 days. So if they say the patient is to take 2 teaspoons by mouth every 4 hours for 7 days, we have to then figure out what is 2 teaspoons every 4 hours for 7 days. So if you were doing that, 1 teaspoon is 5 milliliters. So 2 teaspoons is 10. And if they're taking it every 4 hours, that means they're taking it 6 times a day, because there's 24 hours in a day. So now you got 10 times 6, that's 60. Okay. And then they're taking it for 7 days. Well, 7 times 6 is 42. Right? So now you know that this person is taking 420 milliliters. Baby, you better know how to play with that money, okay? People tell me I don't like math. How you don't like math, baby? We got to be able to count up in this mug, okay? If you can't count, then that means people getting over on you with your money, honey. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, sir. Okay. We like to count that money. Okay. So, but as you go throughout the pharmacy, you will, in your pharmacy career, you will be able to sound off like I'm sounding off. But I've been doing this for 16 years. Okay. I told you before, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. Okay. This is what I do. I do me. Okay. So, but as you move around, you're going to get very familiar and very good where you can just sound off. Remember, if the doctor does not put the dosage form on the prescription, that's an error, because now we don't know what to give the patient. Are we giving them liquid? Are we giving them tablets? Are we giving them a topical cream? What are we doing with this patient? What are we dispensing? That is a dosage form that is needed and is very important that is there. And if it's not there, that's an error on the doctor's part. So now we have to call the doctor to find out what did they want us to dispense. So remember, the dosage form has to be there, the strength has to be there, the medication has to be there, and how much of the medication is to be dispensed has to be there. If that information is missing, then we can't feel it. Okay. What route to administer the drug? That means, is this a topical route on the skin? Is this by mouth? You see what I'm saying? Is it a suppository? And if it's a suppository, is it vaginal? Is it rectal? Is it an injection? Do we need to, put it in the muscle? Baby, what are we doing with this drug? All of those things are important. When you get certain things, okay, like on the toothpaste. Y'all know about toothpaste, don't y'all? Okay, don't start playing these games. When you do the toothpaste, you're supposed to brush your teeth with it and you're supposed to spit it out. Okay, so don't be in there swallowing that toothpaste. It says that do not ingest the toothpaste. Do not ingest the toothpaste, okay? It don't mean that you can't use the toothpaste, because you can. It says don't in, okay? With that being said, when you are doing the toothpaste, you brush your teeth and then you spit it out, okay? So it's important that we know what the route is so we can make sure that the patient understands. There is a mouthwash that people can get from the pharmacy that they're going to use to swish around and spit out. So we need to make sure we can give good instructions, because our job in the pharmacy is to dispense the medication, and then the pharmacist's job is to counsel the patient and telling them what they should do with the medication and how to use it, right? But we put the instructions on there as well. It's the doctor's job to write all of this information on the prescription. And if they do not, it is a what? An error. Okay. How often the medication is taken. We need to know how often it's taken so we can know how much to give them. If they're taking the medication 6 days or 6 times a day for 7 days, we need to know that so we can know how to dispense enough that will last them the full duration of therapy. If it's supposed to last 7 days, we have to give them enough medication that will last 7 days. Okay. If a generic medication is allowed, and we're going to talk about this in another slide, but write this down. There is something called dispense as written, also known as DAW. When a doctor states on the prescription, dispense as written, brand name medically necessary, then that means we cannot give a generic in the space of the brand. If we don't have the brand in the pharmacy, we have to let the patient know we don't have it. We can order this for you, or we don't have it. You may need to go somewhere else. Okay. How many refills? If no refills, enter 0. Now, I told y'all before, if it's a controlled substance, they get 5 refills within a 6-month period. Okay. Don't forget that. This one is the one I was telling you about as the dispense as written codes. Okay. Now, when you think about the dispense as written codes, it says DAW codes are used to reimburse the pharmacy for the medication being dispensed to the patient. Medication being dispensed to the patient. Okay. So, let me see. Because that writing done got small. Let me put these glasses on. Substitution not allowed by the doctor. That's number 1. Remember, I told you not allowed. So that means if it's substitution not allowed by the doctor, then we have to dispense the brand. We cannot give the generic. Substitution allowed, but the patient wants drug dispensed as the brand. Sometimes you will get a patient who says, I don't care. I want the brand. The brand worked better for me, or I want the generic. The generic worked better for me. And baby, if the doctor didn't say not allowed, then the patient they have the right to choose. Okay. And don't be arguing with these people. I told y'all about that. And I told you too, don't argue with these people. Call your pharmacist. They start doing them things. Baby, let me get the pharmacist. Let me get the pharmacist for you. Generic medication not in stock. Substitution allowed, generic medication not in stock. That means that we could have given it in the generic, but we didn't have it. So we gave them what we had. Baby, I tell people all the time, stop getting mad at people who ain't giving you what you want, because people can only give you what they got. Okay. So you giving them all of you, but they give you half of them. Well, all they got is half. If you don't like the experience, change the investment. I tell people all the time, you around here trying to change people. You can't change people. You can only experience them. If you don't like the experience, you change the investment. Baby, I be giving y'all free game. I just give it to you. It be flowing. Okay, let me see. Substitution allowed, generic medication not available in the marketplace. Sometimes they will pull stuff off of the shelves for any particular reason that they think that they need to do it. Child, I don't really have an explanation for it. Sometimes it's a drug recall, so they may pull it off. I remember a long time ago when I was in pharmacy, Tylenol was removed from the shelf for a while, and you couldn't give it to the babies. It was like the children's Tylenol. It wasn't the grown people stuff. It was for the kids. So they had to give them Motrin, Advil, Aleve, other stuff like that. But y'all get the point. DAW codes. Take a screenshot of this. If you don't have them, take a screenshot. Okay. Yeah, you can always pause, rewind the video. I know some of y'all are watching it live, but you can always pause and rewind it. Prior authorization. So a prior authorization from a health plan may be necessary before receiving or filling a prescription to ensure the coverage by your plan. The patient doctor must submit proper documentation to begin this process. So this typically happens when a drug is not on the formulary. Okay. So what is the formulary, Lindsay? Every insurance company has a drug formulary. that basically is the list of drugs that the insurance company has approved that they are going to pay for every time a patient needs it, right? So let me just give you some examples. Let's say Pepto Bismol is not on the drug formulary, but Mylanta is. Y'all know what Mylanta is. It's like gas X or whatever, like for gas. Pepto Bismol for the stomach, like diarrhea, nausea, maybe for gas too. So the doctors say, well, you know, Miss Woods is experiencing digestive issues, so on and so forth. I'm going to prescribe her some Pepto Bismol. The doctor doesn't know that this isn't on the patient's formulary for the insurance company, so they prescribe the Pepto Bismol. And a lot of times, the patient doesn't know that the drug is not on the formulary, so they don't, advocate for themselves and say, "Hey, my insurance company is not going to cover this." They don't do that because a lot of people are not keeping up with their insurance in that space and to know what's covered and what's not covered. So then they go to the pharmacy where we are, okay? And they give us the prescription. We don't know that it's not on the drug formulary list for that particular insurance unless we've had this prescription for other clients in the past and we've seen them deny it, okay? But even then, everybody has a different plan through the insurance company. You can have PPO, you can have HMO. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different ways. So we get the prescription for Miss Woods, we type it up, we put it in, we fill it. Put a label on it. Put it in the vial, put a label on it. Push it through the insurance, and we get this rejection. Prior authorization needed. Now, when we took the prescription from the patient, we told Ms. Woods, "Oh, yeah, we have this in stock. We'll get this medication ready for you. Give us 45 minutes. Now it's been 45 minutes. Ms. Wood comes back to the drive-through to pick up her medication. And now we're telling her, "Miss Woods, we filled the medication for you. We pushed it through the insurance and it rejected it, said that a prior authorization is needed. What we're going to have to do is contact your doctor's office to let them know that a prior authorization is needed for this medication. You can give them a call too, and that'll help to speed up the process. If you would like to pay for this out of pocket, the out of pocket cost is $250. If you pay for this out of pocket, the insurance company may or may not reimburse you. It's totally up to you, ma'am. If Ms. Woods is a nice person, most of the time they'll say, "Okay, well, we'll contact the doctor," or maybe, "Oh, I don't have the $250. I'm going to call the doctor's office, but thank you for letting me know." That's cool. If you get somebody else, they may start getting upset. "Oh my God, $250? That ain't what the doctor said. What are y'all doing in there? Give me my prescription back." And child, they get to doing all of these things. Okay. But the reality is the insurance company has the final say so when they're paying for it. And they can say, "Well, we're not going to pay for the Pepto Bismol because we have Mylanta. And we want the patient to try the Mylanta first to see if that will work. And the Mylanta is $65 and the Pepto Bismol is $250. So we're not going to pay for the Pepto Bismol if they haven't tried the Mylanta. So we're going to do the Mylanta first." And the doctor may say, "Well, we're skipping the Mylanta because that's not going to work. We want the patient to take the Pepto Bismol." And all the while this is happening, the patient is the one suffering because they're the one who needs the medication while the doctor and the insurance company goes back and forth. And what we're doing in the middle as the pharmacy is we're just contacting the patient and letting them know we're still waiting for the approval on this. Ain't nothing we can do. Because at this point, this is between your doctor and your insurance company. Now, if you want to pay for this out of pocket, that's a different story. But if not, then you have to wait until your insurance company approves it. I'm just telling y'all what it is, okay? So prior authorizations have to be submitted to the doctor or have to be submitted to the insurance company, and it has to be completed by the doctor prescribing the medication. I don't know if I told you, but you can be a prior authorization pharmacy technician. So you can work from home as a prior authorization technician. And what you will do is what I just talked about. Working with you'll be representing the insurance company. So let's say you work for United Healthcare as a prior authorization pharmacy technician, and you'll be dealing with prior authorizations all day. So you're probably going to be in contact with the doctor's office, and you'll probably be in contact with the patient. And you'll be on the other side working for the insurance company, looking at policies and procedures as to how to process this prior authorization, finding out, is it a thing that we can really approve? How do we need to handle this? What should we recommend the patient do in the meantime? What should we recommend the doctor do? These are the things that prior authorization technicians do, and they can do this from where? Home. So if you are a technician who wants to work from home, there are prior authorization jobs out there that you can actually perform and you can, work from home doing. So that's a great way to have a niche, because remember, I told you in pharmacy, as a technician, you can have a niche. So before I became the pharmacy technician, educator, entrepreneur, I was a pediatric pharmacy technician. Then I became a retail pharmacy technician, right? Then I went to become a sterile compounding technician, IV. Okay. Then I worked at the hospital as a health plan technician. And then I worked for the government. And then I started LW Pharmacy Technician School. So you find your niche when you become a pharmacy tech. Do not get caught in being in the pharmacy and you're just at retail for 20 years. When I hear people who talk about how they hate pharmacy techs, it's always the people who've been in the same spot for the last 20 years. They hate it because they've outgrown it. They hate it because they've outgrown the money, the people, and the job. And they're still there. Why? Only they can tell you that. Okay. So don't get caught up in that. Find your niche. Okay. Third party adjudication is when the pharmacy sends a prescription claim to the insurance company for payment. So, third party adjudication is basically when we click the button to submit the prescription to the insurance plan for them to pay it. Okay. That is it. That is it. That is all. It is where we submit the documents to the prescription, or the prescription to the insurance company, and that is where we receive payment from the insurance company to the pharmacy. It's just like them running when you go to a place and you pay for your food or you pay for whatever using your credit card, and it's an electronic process. And once the payment is approved, you get the receipt. That's an adjudication. That's all it is, friends. It's just a big word that says third party adjudication, but basically it's just saying that, hey, the insurance company paid your bill. Instead of you paying it, they paid it. Okay. Now remember, the insurance company will pay your part, they will pay their part, but then sometimes a patient may still have a copay. So there may be a prescription copay for $20. Okay. The insurance company will pay their part. Let's say the medication is $100. So the insurance company pays 80, the patient pays 20. Okay. If there's a deductible that the patient, every new year, the deductible starts over. A patient may have a $1,500 deductible until the copays kick in. So when they have that deductible, the insurance company isn't paying anything until that $1,500 deductible is met. Once the $1,500 deductible is met, then the insurance company will kick in and pay their part, and the customer will pay the $50 or $20 copay if it applies. Sometimes when people have a deductible, it's because once the deductible is met, the insurance is going to cover them at 100% full coverage. Okay. So again, it just depends on these different plans. Don't overwhelm yourself trying to remember every plan, because that's impossible. You're going to remember the people, more than the plans. Okay. So don't stress yourself out about that. Abbreviations. Okay. We're getting to the end here. Abbreviations. This is how we talk in pharmacy, baby. So if you don't know these abbreviations, you don't know the lingo, which means that you can make a what? Medication error. Okay. And remember, in pharmacy, it's the dispensing error. I told y'all last week, and I'm going to tell you again this week. Once you become a certified pharmacy technician that is practicing in the field, whether you work from home or you working in the retail pharmacy, a hospital, closed door pharmacy, a mail order pharmacy, baby, whatever pharmacy you working for, I want you to have something called professional liability insurance. Okay. Let me put that in the chat. Professional liability insurance. Okay. Now, professional liability insurance will cover you in the instance that a mistake is made. Okay. If you make a mistake, because we're human and we do that, we human and we do that, and that's what we do. Okay. We make mistakes. We're not perfect. If you make a mistake, your professional liability insurance will protect you from something called malpractice. Okay. Because remember, and I don't know if you guys understand this, when you become certified, you will have a license. You are going to have a license. Okay. When you have this license, baby, let me get in your face. Okay. Let me get a little closer. When you have this license, you will be responsible for every prescription you fill. So if an error happens and God forbid this patient gets really ill and doesn't make it, they are going to find out who all was involved in this. And you can work for the government, you can work for a retail pharmacy, you can work for a mail order pharmacy. Okay, baby, you can be working for the top tier. When it comes down to finding out who did what, don't think that those companies are going to protect you. Their job is to protect the company. Okay. If you got a license, you better have some type of professional liability insurance. Okay. That's going to protect you, because when these things happen, they can potentially come after you and everything you own. Okay. Your house, your cars, your jewelry, baby, your bank account, whatever it is that they need in order to pay the debt. Okay, so make sure you get you some professional liability insurance. Now, you ain't got to listen to me, child, but my cousin used to tell me something: either you're gonna listen now or you're gonna listen later. Okay, hopefully later never comes. Okay, hopefully you listen now, so you don't have to listen later, because sometimes when we listen later, it comes with consequences. Okay, professional liability insurance. Google it. Okay? These abbreviations will keep you in line with what the doctor is ordering. And so take a screenshot of these abbreviations, because this is how we connect and we communicate in pharmacy. Okay. So make sure you take a screenshot of this information. Here are more. Here's another one. PC after meals. When you think about PC, think about PM, which is afternoon. PO by mouth. This is a very big one. PO is very big. QID 4 times a day. Think about quadruplets, quad. Okay. I ain't talking about quad from married to medicine. Okay. I'm talking about quadruplets. Tea tablets, tablespoons. Then you have 3ID. 3ID, Lord. TID. So when you think about TID, think about triplets. Okay. 3 times a day. Teaspoon. You have teaspoons in your house, all right? If you don't have any teaspoons in your house, I'm sure you've seen them before. I'm going to go back one more slide just so I can show you something. AC is before meals. So when you think about AC, think about AM, before noon. BID, when you think about BID, think about bi-weekly, bicycle, 2 wheels, bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, okay? Capsule, HS, bedtime. That's a little different, okay? HS, bedtime. IV, you've seen IV before, milligrams. So mg, that's going to be your strength. Grams. Next week, we're going to be doing calculations, and we're going to be talking about how to convert from milligrams to grams, how to convert from milligrams to micrograms. Those are some abbreviations you need to know, because if you don't know what the unit dose is in, or what the strength of the medication is, it's very easy to get caught up. Okay. All righty, friends. I told you we were wrapping up. We're at the end. We've been on for 50 minutes. Again, if you are looking for ways to increase your study habits to make sure you're studying the correct information, you can find this study guide on Amazon. For some of y'all, it's gonna be free 99, and then for my other friends, it'll be 19.99 a one-time purchase. Okay, and you'll have access to that for a lifetime. If you want to become a pharmacy technician course owner, you want to have your own pharmacy technician course, hit me up. I am helping people to start their own course once they are certified. I'm helping you start your own course where you can offer it. I have all of the materials for you if that's something you choose to do. If you are interested in becoming a trade certification school, you don't know how to start, let me know, because that is something that I have done, and we will be 10 years in October, okay? So I've gotten so many questions in the past, and I never had time to coach people or to help people along the way. And so God has given me the grace and given me the time to help others. I don't have a lot of space, but I do have some room to help a few people start their school and start their course. So if that's something you want to do, hit me up. Baby, let's stay connected. Okay. Let's stay connected. Okay. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow and like this video, follow and like the channel. I'm on TikTok and I go live on TikTok every Saturday. Every Saturday from 11 p.m. to about 1:30 in the morning. So sometimes I get on from 11 to 11:30. You can catch me somewhere around there. And then I'm on to about 1:30 in the morning. Baby, we be having a little party, okay? But we just talk about pharmacy stuff. We talk about different different things that people are interested in too, about becoming pharmacy technicians, how they can kind of enhance their career, what they can do to grow their desires for entrepreneurship, just different things that I can add value to. So, I enjoyed the conversations, and it's just a great time for us to really connect. So if you are on TikTok, make sure you are following me at CPHT Lindsay, and that way we can stay in touch. Okay, friends? Thanks a lot. Love the gym tips. Absolutely, friend. Thank you for joining me. Remember, we have probably one more week, y'all. So next week, I'll be letting you know where we're moving to. But all of my information will continue to be on YouTube. So remember, you can continue to watch these videos. You can continue to be a part of the LW family this way. Make sure you are following me on TikTok, LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. Find me on LinkedIn, y'all. Baby, LinkedIn be having them jobs. Find me on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook, I'm on IG, I'm everywhere. So if you click the link in my About Us, or if you go to my website at the www.lwpschool.com, you will be able to stay up to date and stay in tune with what we're doing at LW. I hope you have the most amazing week. Okay. I hope something new happens for you. I hope your prayers are answered. I hope you receive an abundance of love, support, and joy this week. All of the resources that you desire and that you need, I hope you get them. May your breakthrough come to you. May your blessings chase you and follow you. May they overtake you and run you down. Okay, friend? That is my prayer, and that is what I desire for you. Thank you so much for always supporting me, for allowing me to be a part of your study days and allowing me to be a part of your life. We are sharing a vulnerable, intimate space, and I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. Love y'all so much. See y'all next week. Have a great week. Bye.